A high school student finds a friend in an elderly Japanese maintenance man after moving from New Jersey to California. John G. Avildsen is known as the king of the underdogs. In fact, there's a documentary with that very name about his life. You probably don't know his name. He directed two of the greatest underdog stories of all time, Rocky and The Karate Kid. Now, of course, in recent years, The Karate Kid has had a huge resurgence with the hit YouTube turned Netflix series Cobra Kai. But there are some of us who have been shouting how great The Karate Kid is since the mid-1980s. Ralph Macchio's Daniel-san just feels like a real teen, and as a small child, I always looked up to him. And as an adult, I want to reach out and help him, much like Mr. Miyagi does. Both Daniel-san and Mr. Miyagi are absolutely all-time classic film characters. They have a multi-layered relationship, that of father and son, teacher and student, best friends, and because of their age and cultural differences, they also have an odd couple quality. But what is a great duo of heroes if there isn't an equally great duo of villains? We get that in Billy Zabka's Johnny Lawrence and his karate sensei, John Kreese, played by Martin Kove. Both of these characters are just so easy to hate. The relationship between the two heroes and the two villains and all of their interactions together gives the audience great and exciting fight scenes and helps build relationships and raises the stakes for our heroes to succeed. Now, with the release of Cobra Kai, it's added a whole new layer to these characters and it's changed our perceptions on things that happened in the original film. It's interesting to go back and watch the original Karate Kid from 1984 with all of our modern day insights on what the characters became. And I can't help but think the direction of Cobra Kai was influenced by Barney Stinson from How I Met Your Mother and his theory on the Karate Kid and who the true hero really was. The Karate Kid is one of those classic 1980s films that kind of sets the vibe for the decade when it comes to teen films. The clothes and the music just scream 1980s, and the use of Joe Esposito's You're the Best is one of my favorite movie songs of all time. It always gets me pumped up. And maybe this is a director's trait of John G. Avildsen, because the Rocky films always had such great music that made me want to work out. I imagine that after this came out, there was a huge uptick in people enrolling in karate classes, much like the archery sales skyrocketed after the Hunger Games came out. I can also guarantee that you have been to a Halloween party where someone was dressed as the skeletons that the Cobra Kai kids dressed as in Halloween and The Karate Kid. The Karate Kid is an inspirational fish out of water story. Pat Morita's Mr. Miyagi is definitely the most interesting and complex character here. His teaching method is unorthodox, but it works, and as the story progresses, we learn more about him, and each revelation makes us like him and sympathize with him more. The Karate Kid is kind of like a Pixar movie. On the surface, it's made for kids, but there's more than enough emotional complexity to make it enjoyable for adults. The Karate Kid is one of my all-time favorite movies, and it will never go out of style. Crane kicks. Getting a girl's phone number, getting beat up by skeletons, sadistic karate instructors, trimming bonsai trees, trying to catch a fly with chopsticks.